DES311, and in today's tutorial it happens to be the revision class on the course DES313, and basically tonight's class will be a little bit different. It's not going to be a long one at all. We actually were to start this class before now, but unfortunately um, something came up and it took almost all day, and so just for us to have something on the course, that's why we have in this class. So you might not really I might not be giving you the opportunity to do much of the typing, and I'll just do more of the talking. All right, introducing us to just trying to go through certain things we have already gone through in the class before now. For those of us who are new to the stream, let's ensure to smash the like button. Let's ensure to subscribe to the channel, and also do well to request the keynote of this course immediately after this class. It's very important you get the keynote of this course as you use them to prepare for the exam tomorrow. Now, we have DES 311. I'm going to be taking a few questions, and then we're going to be calling around less than 10 minutes thereabouts. So now we talk about DES 311. What is this course all about? All right, now DES 311, all right, has a lot to do with research work, right, for the Department of Development Studies. As we have it, the very first topic we have in the course, the very first unit, has to do with research. All right, talked about research. We elaborated on research, so you should be expecting questions on research. And we know when we talk about research, we talk about the origin of the word, which is derived from the French word, all right, meaning researcher. Because researcher, which when translated into English, is to what? Go about seeking. Okay, is to go about seeking. And we collected a lot of research definitions from different angles, speaking of the fact that research provides the means of accumulating knowledge that are reliable, explainable from human experience. A whole lot of definition we have in the keynote, so you need to get the keynote immediately after this class. Just go to our official website, which is www.tutorial.net, and use the WhatsApp button in the top right hand corner to send me a direct message and request the keynotes. All right, so we talked about the purpose. All right, some of the purpose of research. Now, usually, all right, for those of us who have attended some of our revision classes, you must have realized or noticed that you have the opportunity, all right, you have the opportunity to answer questions, but unfortunately tonight it's a little bit, the timing is a little bit tight, so there might not be opportunity, there might not be room for that tonight. So now we talked about purpose of research, and we also need to understand that research helps us to do a proper measurement, understanding, and prediction of human behavior. Okay, we also said research, like the social research, provides the basis for all government policies thanks to social research. So we have that as that. Let's take something else very quickly. Now we also talked about data. All right, we talk about research. Data is an important thing you cannot just overemphasize on. Data is very important when it comes to research. Like, and when we say data, all right, for those of us who might have been with us long enough, when we did our GST 103 class, then we were able to dissect, we were able to properly differentiate the difference between data and information. These are two different things, though, although most times they are used as one, but they are two different things. So when we say data, all right, data can be explained as what? Pieces of evidence. These evidence are collected to what? Corroborate or refute an assumption, all right, a supposition or a speculation, all right. So basically, these data are collected in order to what? Give you more information, give you more heads up, more points at what you are making research on. Look at what it says here. This is what it says here again. It says pieces of evidence, all right. You need research. Do your research work, you need evidence to put things together. So data comes in handy. Now, this research data can be any of observation, opinion, measurements contained in document, spreadsheet, lab, all right, and so on and so forth. Now, we want to talk about very quickly the types of data, all right. We have the primary and the secondary data. That's how you need to get these keynotes. It's very essential. All this we have in the keynotes. So, but unfortunately, we will not be able to do much in tonight's revision class. We're just brushing on things very quickly. Now, you must have heard of sample and population. All right, or should I say population and sample? Because it's you get your sample. Okay, when you talk about population, that is the aggregate number of, all right, the aggregate entity or aggregate element or aggregate people number which you are focusing your research on. But you know, realistically, you might not be able to, all right, your research work will not be realistic if you say you are running a research work on your population. So in that population, you have to extract a smaller group of samples, a smaller group of elements which we now call samples. So you extract your sample from the population so that you can have what we call a more detailed and niche down research work. So we are going to be calling a wrap here for today. Okay, let's take one more on this before we call it a wrap actually. So like I said, please and please, for those of us who have not gotten the keynotes, please let's request after this class, you need to get this keynote and use it to prepare. Even though you get 1 hour to the exam, if you, it will be very, very useful to you during your exam. All right. So now let's take this very quickly as we call it a wrap for today. Now, this is a very important question you need to pay attention to. Or eventually it comes out in your exam. The structure of your research work. All right. One thing you must pay attention to first and foremost is that you have your preliminary page. Structure of a research work. Okay. First, you have your preliminary page. Then you have your cover page. Then you have your title. Then you talk about your dedication page. Are we together? I'll take that again. We have your preliminary page. Then you have your cover page. Then you have your title page, your dedication page, your acknowledgement page, your certification page, the abstract, the table of content, the chapter 1 on that. All right. Under the chapter 1, we have the background, but I don't want to go into that, so I'm just going to skip that. From the chapter 1, you have the chapter 2, chapter. Now, all this chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, they have their specifics. All right, they are all identified in the keynotes. All right, but because of our time, we're not able to do that tonight. So, I haven't done the chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4. Then you have the present. Okay, that's not the chapter 4. Presentation of data. Then you have your chapter 5 that contains your summary, your conclusion, your recommendation, your contribution to knowledge. And lastly, we have the reference and appendix. You want to consider everybody's work you have used to achieve the success of your. We want to acknowledge everybody's work. You want to acknowledge everybody's work you have used during the process of making your research work successful. So we have that as that. So basically, we're going to call it wrap here for today. I wish you all the best and success in your exam tomorrow. And it's quite unfortunate that it's this pretty short. We apologize for that. But I ensure you have the keynote. Use the keynote to prepare for the exam. Testimonies have been coming in left and right. that the keynote has been very helpful. This is what happens. This is the story year in, year out. I wish you all the best for your exams tomorrow, and bye for now.